In this lesson, we're going to be focusing on solving quadratic equations using factorization method. So when do you apply factorization method? We have a parameter known as the discriminant. It's given as b squared minus 4ac. If this discriminant is equal to 0, the equation is factorizable, and then the roots is going to be one repeated root. For example, when you'll be getting a solution as x is equal to 2 or 2, or -3 and -3, 2 and 2, 4 and 4. So these are repeated roots, and you get this when the discriminant is equal to 0. But when the discriminant is equal to a perfect square, it can still be factorized, but in this case, we're going to get two rational roots. For example, we're going to get x is equal to some values like 2 or 4 or 3 or 6, 1 or 2, and so on. So let's go ahead and solve this equation that's displayed on the screen. We'll first find the discriminant of the equation and know if it's factorizable or not. So we're given s squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So we have that our a is equal to 1, which is the coefficient of x squared. So our b is equal to -1, which is the coefficient of x, and then our c is equal to -12, which is the constant. Now the discriminant, which is given as b squared minus 4ac, we're going to plug in the values of a, b, and c into this expression. Let's find the discriminant of this equation. So subbing the values, we get b squared is -1, so we have -1 squared, then minus 4, a is 1, then multiplied by c, which is -12. So -1 squared is equal to 1, then negative times negative is positive. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 12 is 48. So 1 plus 48 is equal to 49. Now 49 is the perfect square, which is gotten by multiplying 7 by itself. So we're going to be expecting two repeated roots when we solve this quadratic equation. So let's go ahead and solve it. Now the first step is to multiply the coefficient of x squared with this constant. So when we do that, 1 times -12 is equal to -12. Now the next step is to find two numbers such that when we multiply them, we get -12, and when we add them, we get -1. And then those two numbers are -4 and 3. Now -4 times 3 is -12. The -4 plus 3 is going to give us -1. So we're going to go ahead and substitute -4 and 3 for this -x. We're going to add x here and x here. So we're going to have s squared. Instead of writing -x, we're going to write -4x plus 3x. So we have -4x plus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. So let's group it. So let's factorize this first parenthesis. X is common here, so we're going to factor out x. So x squared divided by x will give us x, then minus 4x divided by x is going to give us 4, then plus what's common between 3x and -12. So 3 is common here, so we bring it out. 3x divided by 3 is going to give us x, then -12 divided by 3 is going to give us -4. Then this is equal to 0. If you look at this in very well, you see that we have x minus 4 here and x minus 4 here. So we're going to bring out one of this x minus 4, and then to the left hand side here, we're going to be left with x, then plus here we're going to be left with this 3 here. So we're going to equate everything to 0 and then solve for the value of x. So we have that x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 4 by adding 4 to both sides, and then here by subtracting 3 from both sides, we have that x is equal to -3. And then this is the answer for this first question. So let's go ahead and solve the second question. Please, if you're enjoying this my lecture, I want you to support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, share with your friends, like and comment. So next question we have is s squared minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. we have to find the value of x. Again, let's check if this can be factorized. So we have b square minus 4ac, where a is equal to 1, the coefficient of x squared, b is equal to negative 3, coefficient of x, and then c is equal to 2, which is the constant. So let's plug in the values of a, b, and c into this expression. So we're going to have the b is negative 3, then square, minus 4, our a is 1, and then our c is 2. So negative 3 square is going to give us 9, then minus 2 times 4 is 8. So 9 minus 8 is equal to 1. Now this one is a perfect square, and so we're going to be expecting 2 rational roots. So let's go ahead and solve this question. Remember, the first thing we need to do is to multiply the coefficient of x squared with this constant. So in this case, constant is 2, and the coefficient of x squared is 1. So 1 times 2 is equal to 2. We find two numbers so that when we multiply them, we get 2, and when we add them, we get negative 3. So those two numbers is negative 1 and negative 2, because negative times negative is positive, 2 times 1 is 2, and the negative 1 plus negative 2 is going to give us negative 3. So we're going to be substituting negative 1x and negative 2x in place of this 3x. So we write x squared minus 1x minus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So let's group this. We're going to have x, we're going to factor out x squared minus x. So what is common here is x. X squared divided by x is x, then minus 1x divided by x is 1. Then the common number between 2x and 2 is 2. So we write negative 2 here. Then 2x divided by 2 is x. Then 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. Then all is equal to 0. So we have x minus 1 here and x minus 1 here. We're going to pick one of them, and then we'll be left with x minus 2. So I have x minus 2, all is equal to 0. So x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1, or x is equal to 2. And so this is the answer for this question. Let's solve the third question. So we have 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Guys, please, if you find my video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way it will help me to grow. Now we are given 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. I want you to go ahead and solve this question. Check whether it is factorizable, and then if it is so, I want you to factorize it. So let's solve. We have that a is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 5, and c is equal to negative 3. So we have b squared minus 4ac. Then substituting for each of the variable, the b is negative 5, then square, minus 4, a is 2, then and c is negative 3. So negative 5 squared is equal to 25, then minus 2 times 4 is 8, 10 times 8 is 24, then minus times minus is plus, so we have 24 here. 25 plus 24 is equal to 49, which is again a perfect square. So this equation can be factorized. So let's start the factorization. I'm going to multiply the coefficient of x squared with the constant. 2 times negative 3 will give us negative 6. So you find two numbers so that when we multiply them we get negative 6, when we add them we get negative 5. And those two numbers are 1 and negative 6, because 1 times negative 6 is negative 6, and 1 minus 6 is equal to negative 5. So we're going to substitute 1x and then negative 6x in place of this negative 5x. So we're going to write 2x squared, then minus 6x plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. So let's go ahead and group it and then factorize. So what is common between 2x squared and negative 6x? So 2x is common here. 2x squared divided by 2x, we get x, and then negative 6x divided by 2x, we get negative 3, then plus What is common between this and this is 1. So x divided by 1 is x. Negative 3 divided by 1 is negative 3. Then equal to 0. Then we pick one of these, which is x minus 3. And then write out the remainder, which is 2x plus 1. Then equal to 0. So we have that x minus 3 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we have that x, and we're going to add 3 to both sides. Then x is going to be equal to 3, or then 2x. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. So 2x is equals to negative 1. We're going to divide both sides by 2. When we do that, we have that our x is equal to negative 1 over 2. So the final values of our x are x is equals to 3, or negative 1 over 2. Let's have the last question. F x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. I want you to pause this video and try this question. So alright, let's solve it together. So we have b squared minus 4ac. Let's first of all find out if it's factorizable. So this becomes b is negative 4, then square minus 4. Our a is 1, which is the coefficient of s squared, and then our c is 4. So this becomes negative 4 squares equal to 16, then minus 4 times 4 is 16. So this is equal to 0. So the discriminant of this equation is 0, and hence we'll be expecting a repeated root. So let's solve it. We have x squared minus 4x plus 4. So we're going to multiply this 1 by 4. When we do that, we're going to have 4. So two numbers, so that when you multiply them, will give you 4. When you add them, it will give you negative 4. They are negative 2 and negative 2. So because negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4. So we're going to replace this negative 4x with negative 2x and negative 2x. So we write x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. So let's group it. So let's factor out a common term between x squared and negative 2x. So the common term here is x. X squared divided by x is x. Negative 2x divided by x is negative 2. So let's factor the common term between 2x and 4. So we write in a negative sign, which is this, and then the common term is 2. Open parenthesis. Then negative 2x divided by negative 2 is going to give us x. Then 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. This is equal to 0. So let's factor the common term between these two terms. So x minus 2 is common between this and this. Then we factor it out, we'll be left with x here and then negative 2 here. Then this is equal to 0. We have x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to, we're going to add 2 to both sides. So this is equal to 2, and then add 2 again to both sides. X here is equal to 2. So you have that x is equal to 2 twice. So as you can see, this is a repeated root, and so this is where we call it a day on solving quadratic equations using factorization method. If you like my video, I want you to support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, sharing my video with your friends, and liking and commenting. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.